a part of our lives that we don't even realize that it's going constantly. Philosophy actually rules a big part of reality. And the more we become in tune with the reality that we're in right now and the reality that is all around us, the more we're in tune with that, the easier it is to realize the things that have been kept secret from us, the people, for a very, very long time. And this is not political, this is nothing like that. This is more about quantum physics, quantum mechanics. It's more about science. So when you know you have four brains or four minds in one brain, we have one brain. In that one brain, we have four minds. And this has actually been kept a secret from the people for a very long time. A lot of people know about it, but it's mainly scientists and, theoreticals like that. But a lot of other people are now becoming aware of what it is to have four minds in one brain and how we can take control of this in our daily lives. So research the quantum mechanics of the mind. And when you do, you're going to see how this will unfold for you and how you'll begin to understand it more. Because the more you can understand this, the more you'll see how this is playing into your daily life and how this is playing into your activities and how this is playing into what you're doing in your daily atmosphere and what you're creating, what you're not creating, and everything that's coming around you. So take a minute to do that if you haven't already. Just research quantum mechanics and the power of the mind. And you'll find that more of this is going to become unveiled the more you research, the more you learn. But the four minds are always working. They're always working for you, and they're always working based on the program we have in our subconscious mind. Granted, our subconscious mind is very powerful, and this part of our mind rules everything. The body, the brain, everything. It rules it all. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about this here as we go forward in this broadcast. So watch to the end to make sure you don't miss any of the good details. So the four minds are, number one, logical analytical mind. You all know what that is. You can figure that one out, right? The second mind is the critical philosophic mind. Another one, you can figure all these out because as I say them, you're probably saying, oh yeah, okay, I didn't know that was a mind. I thought that was just me thinking. I thought that was just me knowing, but it's actually a mind. And number three is the conscious mind, which we're all very aware of the conscious mind. That's how we learn. That's how we create repetition, by learning through the conscious mind. And the fourth is the subconscious mind. And this is the part of the mind, like I said, that rules everything in your world. It makes you breathe. It keeps your blood flowing. It keeps your organs working. It keeps your brain working. The conscious mind is a program. So when you look at the conscious mind as it is basically a hard drive. Just putting it in simple terms. So when you know, the more you think and the more you act and how you do these and how you go about your daily business is all a program of the subconscious mind. Now, don't start blaming your parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles and everybody else around you for the way you act right now. Because number one is they didn't know any better. They taught you from what they knew. They taught you to live the life how they were taught to live. So don't blame anybody for how you're living your life now. Just know that now you're aware of things. Now you can change it. So this is going to be a little bit more statistical, and some of you may want to take notes. I know I always take notes on these broadcasts because there's so much value in them. I can go back later and read my notes. If not, watch the video again. So we are about 96% of our actions, of our thoughts, of everything going on repetitively in our world is from the subconscious mind. Like I said, the subconscious mind is a program. It runs on a program. It runs on the program that you have. So knowing that 96% of your actions, of your thoughts, of your repetitiveness is all about the program. And so 96% of it is all done. And the unconscious mind makes a decision. This is the unconscious mind. Yeah, really? Critical. Got to think about that. So the unconscious mind makes a decision in 3 seconds. Boom, it's done. It makes a decision. So think about that as you're going about your day, because the subconscious mind passes it to the conscious mind, and you think you're doing something. The subconscious mind will pass a thought, it will pass a vibration, it will pass an idea that it has in its memory bank to the conscious mind, and the conscious, you think you're doing something. You think you did that. When in fact, your conscious mind didn't really do it. It was your subconscious mind. So everything has an owner's manual, right? I mean, come on. Everything we buy, all of our electronics, everything we buy that has to be programmed or whatever has an owner's manual. Your lawnmower has an owner's manual. Your car has an owner's manual. Your computer has an owner's manual. Everything has an owner's manual. You know what? The smartest, biggest hard drive, biggest brain in the world is us, people. Do we have a owner's manual? Heck no. We have to figure this out for ourselves. And that's where the science comes in. Always research and study and prosper in your own way by doing what you have to do to learn more about yourself. The more you learn about yourself, the more you learn about your mind, the more you're going to learn about your actions. And when you can learn about your actions, why you're doing it, how you're doing it, and not just that, is to how can I do better? How can I change that program? So keep in mind, the mind produces serotonin. Now, I try to keep a lot of the serotonin flowing through my body every day, because the serotonin is actually the chemical that will keep you on an even keel. It will keep you evened out. It will keep your emotions in check. So, and also, our minds produce another chemical called dopamine. And this is the dopamine that gets your adrenaline going, it's up and down, up and down, up and down. I try to stay away from the dopamine type of vibration myself because it doesn't serve me well. It may serve you in some areas, in some instances, like fight or flight, dopamine kicks in. If you're relaxed, if you're meditating, if you are believing in yourself, if you are having confidence in yourself, that is where serotonin comes in. Because you're happy, you're contented. So, but the conscious mind only receives cognitive. The conscious mind only receives cognitive. So keep that in mind. As you're learning, as you're progressing, as you're growing, your conscious mind is not, it teaches you because you're learning by reading or learning, doing something repetitious. That is the conscious mind learning. So keep in mind that society, as we know it, the elites, the people that run the world, and this is not a secret here, this is well known. Research it, get your facts, and please learn these things for yourself, okay? Because there are actually 6 families that have ran this world for as long as I can document it way back. So, but they control us on how we think, how we feel, what we're supposed to buy, how we're supposed to act. They control everything about us and everything we do and everything we're allowed to do. They're all controlled. That's why the financial system is whacked. Everything has been controlled by these 6 families. And that's why you have commercials going the way they are. You have movies that are changing up right now, being totally out there, which nobody watches TV anymore that I know of, because the movies have turned into a whole different world that's not who we are. So also keep in mind, as you're going through your studies and you're learning all of these wonderful things we're talking about here today, is we live in a multiverse. We do. We live in a multiverse, being that we are all surrounded and interlocked with other dimensions all around us. So when you can think outside of your comfort zone, that means you can change your actions. Don't you think that another multiverse may have an impact on what your decisions will be? It's a possibility. I'm not saying it's not. And I'm not saying you're going to cross the line into a multiverse. I'm just saying it's a possibility that you will be able to get a glimpse into these other universes that are all around us. We're all connected by energy. Think about it. We are all energy. Everything we have in our world, everything in our bodies, our minds, our souls, everything is energy. So as you know that, everything is energy. And now you know you have 4 actual minds that are in one brain that are working for you. You just have to program the subconscious mind to do what you want it to do. This is an ongoing process that is not comfortable to do. It's hard to get out of your comfort zone. It's hard to change who you are right now to who you want to be. But 80%, this is scientific, this is statistics, 80% of how you live right now, the lifestyle you have, the money you have coming to you, what you're attracting back to you, the business you have, the success you have in your home business, the success you have in your job, is 80% you. 100% is 80% you. You are attracting everything back to you in your universe, in your lifestyle that you have right now. You attracted that. Whether it be good or bad or ugly or in the middle, you've attracted that. 20% is natural probability of a quantum world. So 20% of the 100% of the world is actually probability. You create your life. So the more you know about your mind, which is the ruler of your world, your mind sends out vibrations and inspirations and all the wonderful things in the world that you create on a daily basis. So as you go through your day and you know these things now that, okay, my brain is working always exponentially fast. And I try to stay in a serotonin level where I'm calm, I'm relaxed. I find I'm more on a receiving mode if I'm relaxed about what I want and what I'm doing. And I don't focus on what the world wants me to do or what my society tells me to do. And I push away from that comfort zone of, okay, my community says I have to do this, or I have to be married to so and so, or I can't get a divorce because this is against our rules. I push that all away because you know what? Nobody else can tell you how to live your life but you. If you give someone else, a society, a community, anybody else that permission to live your life, then that's what you're going to attract to you. You're going to be compliant. And who wants to be compliant? When you came here on this earth plane to create, you came here as a co-creator with the Lord. You came here to create a life, to have experiences and to learn them. Well, who's to say you haven't learned the experiences that you wanted to learn? Right? I mean, think about it. Have you learned anything since you've come here? Of course you have. Because you have 4 minds that are working all the time, and you have one brain. In that one brain are 4 minds that, granted, the subconscious mind is a program, and you can change that program. It's up to you what you want to learn, what you want to do, and how you want it to go for you. But you can change the program to generate and attract back to you the business you want, the money you want, the success you want to have. Whatever it is you want, you have that power. You just have to step out, talk to people, get out there, get yourself known, make yourself visible, use those courses, use the strategies, use the systems. Everything out there is here for you. When you're in alignment with what you want, you will have more and more of this come back for you.